آزادی بیان.
言论自由
Free speech.
So, you've just reminded me that I didn't actually say anything about the title of my talk, which was Can Europe and the Middle East Agree on the Terms of Freedom of Expression? Let me address that. I mean, first of all, an immediate and obvious comeback to this project would be to say it's just another piece of sort of Western liberal, universal, imperial, whatnot. And you guys in Oxford trying to tell us what the terms of free speech should be. And it isn't. I mean, first of all, our team comes from all over the world. Secondly, the principles were debated by people from all over the world. Thirdly, they're in all the languages of the world. And fourthly, they're out there for debate. Okay, so you have to start somewhere, but now we're going around the world, next stop Turkey, after that China, trying to get people in, and already we have a lot of people from different parts of the world on that site, right? China, the Middle East, Iran, and so on. The question of my title is, in my view, wrongly posed. I therefore criticize my own title, because there isn't one block called Europe and one block called the Middle East, which is why this whole idea of the clash of civilizations, or the dialogue of civilizations, is in my view totally misplaced. Because actually the great arguments, as you know, are as often inside so-called civilizations, inside Europe, inside China, inside the world of Islam, as between civilizations, okay. But what we do have to ask is, what are the issues which, for people in the Middle East, are particularly sensitive, and where you might wish to suggest somewhat different versions of the principles of the norms, or a different application of the principles in your own country. Okay? So that, I mean, an absolutely obvious one, that's so obvious I don't need to say it, it would be the one on religion. Is that acceptable to many people in the Middle East, or is that not acceptable in that form? Okay? Let's talk about it. Not everything has to be agreed by everybody. In other words, there are things which do have to be agreed universally, right? Which have to be universal norms. But there are also things where we can have local differences. Can I give you a quick example? Public nudity. Something which I believe a student from this university put on the agenda a little time ago. In Germany, there is a rather extraordinary acceptance of public nudity. So if you're wandering through the park in Munich, you actually do see people lying around in the nude. And it's not very polite to look, but you do. And it's simply accepted. It's just a cultural norm in this rather buttoned-up Protestant country. It's a cultural norm. It's accepted. In England, you would be arrested. So it's not. It seems to me that matters such as that, the treatment of public nudity in public places, are matters which are absolutely fine for local norms. There's no reason at all why there should be total global agreement on that. On the other hand, our principle on violence, we neither make threats of violence nor accept violent intimidation, I would argue has to be a global norm, an absolutely basic principle, because there can be no freedom of expression if people are going in fears of their lives or punishment to their bodies. So that's again a long answer to the point, but to come back to it again, what I'm really talking about is getting voices from the Middle East to come into the debate.